The Mike Wagne Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagne Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hi, this is Mia Mosinzia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based upon real-life relationship, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon. Do read it. I'm sure you'll love it. It's www.miamosinzia.com and www.amazon.com/Mia Mosinzia.
The Mike Wagne Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagne Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hi, this is Mia Mosinzia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based upon real-life relationship, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon. Do read it. I'm sure you'll love it. It's www.miamosinzia.com and www.amazon.com/Mia Mosinzia.
It's now time for the Mike Wagne Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagne Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagneShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagne Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagne Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagne Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagne Show can be heard on the MikeWagneShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagne Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, over 25 podcast platforms, including Amazon, Audible, Apple, and soon coming to Podbean, Buzzsprout, TuneIn, and more. Take the Mike Wagne Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagne Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagne Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with the very, very multi-talented supermodel and actress and writer and all kinds of things here on the Mike Wagne Show. She's from Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada. She was featured in the March-April issue of Maxim magazine. She placed in the top 4 cover girl competition, and she also attended the Sue Wong Gala Academy during the Oscars and was a celebrity guest, and also worked with Jimmy. She was on the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Also worked with Brian Sebastian. She was a co-host on the movie reviews, and also She was on Chance TV, the Freaking Awesome podcast, which is freaking awesome. Also currently writing for XS10 magazine and a lot more. So live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in beautiful Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada, ladies and gentlemen, the very super multi-talented Sherry Nelson. Sherry, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, Mike. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be here at long last.
It's a long time coming, and it's well worth it. I mean, you just been all over the place. So you've been featured in the April issue magazine and Maxim magazine, placed in the top 4 cover girl competition. You attend the Sue Wong Gale Academy. You appeared on the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Also, Chance TV. You're working with Brian Sebastian as a co-host and producer and movie reviews, and you appear in the Freaking Awesome podcast, which I'm sure people are saying it's freaking awesome. Also writing for XS10 magazine and a lot more. And you had a really unique background, growing up as well, too, working in a very special trade. And before we get into all that, tell us how you first got started, Sherry.
How I first got started in my second career?
Well, you can pick either one, your first career, your second career, so you can choose either one.
Well, my first career, I worked for my family. I was 5th generation at a sawmilling lumber manufacturing company. And actually, Mike, where you are in North Dakota, that state was very good to us. They liked our lumber products, and we put a lot of wood into that great state. So, so I did all the sales for our family, and where the sawmill is located, it was just 40 miles north of the U.S. border. So our market was predominantly the United States. And your country, your state, everybody, you hold a special place in my heart for all of that you've given us. And then my father, he sold the company in 2018 of April. And so I was just pursuing, various avenues to continue in lumber. And then a photographer saw my Facebook profile photo, actually, and mentioned, thank you, Facebook. So he said that there was a Maxim magazine contest. And so I thought, well, usually Canadians aren't able to enter those. It's usually for U.S. residents. And so I saw that it was, and I thought, well, I'll enter it, but I won't tell anybody because you never know. So I entered it, and I did pretty good in it. People seem to like me. The great Ronnie James from the Global Galaxy Network, he put out there near the beginning and said, vote for this girl in Canada. And it kind of took on its own life. So for several weeks, I was in that contest, and I was fortunate, to make it into the top 4. And then I met Jimmy Star, the man who knows everybody, the hardest working man in Hollywood, our friend Jimmy. And then I was invited by him to go to the Sue Wong Oscar Gala. And that was in February of 2020. And I met some great people. Projects were coming along. And then COVID hit. So, Mike, they say there's one chance to make a good first impression. Well, I'm getting a second. So I'm just trying to build up my resume now in this second avenue of life I'm taking in the entertainment field. And I'm hoping to, get a little more meat to my resume. And hopefully, once the border opens up again, I can, do more in your country as well as Canada and anyone who might think I'm of value.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, you definitely made a first impression on me, being in Canada and for what you do and everything else. And what are some other aspects you did with your lumber company besides sales? And you had just a huge resume. It's like, wow, amazing. I mean, I could call you a businesswoman, basically. So.
No, I take after my father. I love business. He and I, we compete with the stock market picks that we do. But being Canada is a primary producer. So, we always aim and hope for a strong U.S. economy, because, they always said, if the United States sneezes, we catch the cold. So, we always hope for a strong U.S. economy because, hopefully they'll need our lumber and a fun fact, Mike, for your next cocktail party is if you see lumber rolling on the train or a lot of lumber rolling on trucks, that's a sign of a healthy economy. The housing is the foundation of a healthy economy. So So with that, I was lucky. My dad gave me a little extra area to work, and I did all the export documents and customs papers, and created the contracts with the lumber traders, and it was wonderful. And I guess it kind of gave me an introduction to what I do now, talking and learning from people. Because it's when there's a Super Bowl on, you get a different perspective from that team that didn't make it, or versus the team that did. Or as you and I have a mutual love of hockey, it's always fun to have an outside conversation piece. So yeah.
It's speaking of hockey, and I think you hit upon the mark as well too. And when you sell the lumber, like to the housing industry for houses and other offshoots, and do you guys provide lumber for companies that make hockey sticks, or maybe for to teams that make hockey sticks, or anything to use wood, like the wooden benches in the old stadiums and all that? Do you guys also get involved with hockey as well too with your lumber company? That's what I think of. It's like wooden sticks and everything else. And I did have some until my boys broke on me, along with my dog and cats. Like, bam!
Yeah, no. My father, regarding hockey, the local community, we had the WHL, the Kootenay Ice and everything. My dad, he was a big believer in donating back to the community. So my dad, if they needed any types of lumber for, the local or hockey arenas, or, for the Girl Guides, he would donate tents, for them to go camping. But no, we were solely wholesale lumber for home construction. My one claim to fame, though, is, God bless him, but when Prince passed away, I was sad like everybody else. And one of my buyers actually in Minnesota, he said, well, Sherry, I bought some of your wood and it helped build Paisley Palace. So I thought, oh. So now I look at that fondly too. But yeah, no, wood is good. And it was a wonderful industry. It still is. And America was very good to us. And you guys are amazing to chat with. You guys are the best.
Well, we appreciate it. Thank you very much. And it's great talking to people like you. And I can imagine, Prince in the estate buying wood from you. Do you think he bought it in 1999 with a little red Corvette, you think?
Oh, girl can dream wearing it, and me wearing a red beret. Why not?
And having some pop life too, indeed. So, and of course, we'll talk a little bit about some hockey and your great career and more as well too, Sherry. But first, listen to the Mike Wagne Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking for a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention Mike Wagne Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagne Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Mike Wagne Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, over 25 podcast platforms, including Amazon, Audible, Apple, and coming to Podbean. Also, as well, Buzzsprout, TuneIn, and more. Take the Mike Wagne Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagne Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagne Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with actress, model, and looking at singing. I can imagine you singing, and great personality, Sherry Nelson here on the Mike Wagne Show. And by mean personality, she got into being a co-host with Brian Sebastian, also getting her hands on producing in the movie reviews, and you also appear in the Jimmy Star, Ron Russell show, Chance TV, and give us some more in depth of what's it being like a guest, and also what's it like from a perspective of what's like being a co-host and also co-producing a show.
It's wonderful. It's the best. It's, Mike, it's kind of like perhaps how you feel some days. I feel like I won the lottery. I really do. I get to meet and connect with some of the most amazing people. We just recently had Kenny Aronoff on, the world-class drummer, and we've had Mickey Burns on. Hopefully we'll have you on our show, Mr. Wagner. It would be a really great thing if you could come on our show. But It's wonderful. You know, we get amazing guests brought to us. And to me, it's always like, you know, a treasure hunt. You know, I find out the guests, I know of them. And then you start doing your homework, and then you find the little jewels and treasures and conversation pieces. And, you know, I just hope that when the guest comes to the show that they feel that it was a great experience and they'd like to come back, you know, and as well, you know, I hope that our show is as uplifting as you are, Mike, you know, just where people want to tune in, where it, you know, days like COVID, you know, and, you know, a lot of, we just had an election here in our province, and it can be kind of negative, you know, when you turn the news on. So I hope that with our show, people will tune in and learn something, or, you know, get interested in something they never thought they would, you know, like Kenny Wilkerson, he's got this Rockin' Recipes for Autism, which I have here. And I've been gifting that to a lot of people, you know, and it's just, it's wonderful. So and please, I welcome anyone to comment, because if I'm doing something wrong, I need to know so that I correct it, because I want it to be kind of like, you know, your release, or like it's only 40 minutes of escaping. So that's my goal. And so, yeah, it's been wonderful.
And any thoughts of you maybe getting your own podcast or TV show one day? So what are the chances on that?
Oh, I don't think so. No, I quite enjoy, like you had mentioned at the introduction, the Freaking Awesome podcast. I was invited to, you know, co-host with him one time with the great Michael DeBars came on, and that was wonderful. And Debbie Perkins, our mutual friend, she's invited me to come to her radio show. So I kind of enjoyed bouncing around and, you know, trying to see if I can tap into an audience that I don't know yet. And hopefully, you know, I can bring value to them. So I quite enjoy, you know, co-hosting. I don't know that I've got enough in me to hold the show all my own.
Right. And of course, you talk about meeting celebrities and getting into your second career after your lumber company got sold, or your family's business. And who are some of your favorite actors, singers, and musicians and singers growing up while you're in Canada?
Oh, my goodness. There's so many, you know, we're heavily influenced by the United States. We have had, you know, some pretty great Canadians come out. You know, we've got Celine Dion, of course. We got Ryan Reynolds, and of course, Mike Myers, you know, and my beloved John Candy. So, you know, we've had some.
My favorite.
Yeah. So, you know, Eugene Levy, everybody. So I don't know. There's just so much talent out there. There's so many people that I hope to meet, you know, and hold a conversation with one day. And yeah, I enjoy that.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned about Eugene Levy and John Candy. It all made me think of Second City TV, which was somewhat of a rival to Saturday Night Live. And of course, in my younger days as well, too, I'm probably dating myself, that if you have a hard time getting to sleep, or if you had a little too much partying, you know, back in my day, it's like you'd be up watching Second City TV. Either you're just drunk off your skunk or whatever it is, you can't sleep, or you're having too much fun. I mean, you just watch some of the skits. It's just unbelievable. I mean, yeah, like what was it, the Great White North, Bob and Doug McKenzie at that newscast. You had Martin Short. Martin Short was actually one of my favorites too, believe it or not, and still back in the day. And I'll tell you one thing, you know, just like Monty Python comedy troupe in Britain, which I grew up with, and Saturday Night Live in New York, especially from the States, Second City, I have to say it was cutting edge, and I salute you guys for having such cutting edge comedy. It's just amazing.
Well, I think, you know, our comedy is not hurtful comedy. I think Canadians is self-deprecating. But like you said, if anybody is searching for something to watch on Netflix right now, I think sometimes they'll call it SCTV. And there is one of my favorite was always kind of a take on Jeopardy, another Canadian, Alex Trebek. And if you can seek out that one, oh, my goodness, it's so funny. And yeah, like you said, there's just a lot of fun. So if you want happy and a lot of laughing and belly laughs, it's not dated. It's great. It's great comedy.
And it sounds like it too. And of course, we had Don Rickles back in the day just calling people hockey pucks, say, "Hey, you hockey puck," and everything else. So, so we talked a little bit about hockey as well too. And of course, me being a Blackhawks fan since 1973, 74, I'm dating myself, and you're not too far from Vancouver. So, how long have you been a Canucks fan? And just tell us about how your Canucks did and what can they do to improve.
Oh my goodness, I can't do that. But no, the Canucks are great. Where I actually grew up is actually on the eastern part of the province of British Columbia. So I'm about 3.5 hours south of Calgary. So there's kind of Flames fans and Canuck fans. So no, they were a great team this year. They did really well for, being disrupted by, as most sports. But no, I think they're a pretty good team. It's sad. It's too bad we don't have very many Canadians teams in our league in the NHL, but it's good. But I got to give a shout out right now to my dad's favorite baseball team, the LA Dodgers.
Yeah, that's big news all over. And Clayton Kershaw finally got his ring and did not need to pitch in Game 7 and screw up. I mean, if I were the manager, I think Don Manley is still doing it. It's like I've been doing the Mike Wagne show so much, I forgot who the manager was. I have to admit that I said, if Clayton Kershaw has to pitch Game 7, just throw one pitch to start the game, take him out, and put in somebody else. At least he'll get a win. So.
No. Oh, Kershaw's great. A couple of years ago, it was my dad's 75th birthday, and he's been a Dodger fan since they were the Brooklyn Dodgers, him and his grandfather, who started Gallup, our lumber company. So they'd go walk and feed the horses for horse logging, and they'd have the radio, and they would listen to the Brooklyn Dodgers. So I was really excited for my dad, and for his 75th birthday, I surprised him with a trip down there. He'd never seen them play live. And Cody Bellinger and my father actually share a birthday together. So we were there, and it was so cute because he's so shy. And I said, "It's my father's birthday." And they go, "Oh, bring him down." He disappeared. So, but no, yay Dodgers. I'm happy that they won. And my dad, he'll be happy.
Oh, I'm sure, too. And happy birthday to your dad, by the way, too, from all of us on the Mike Wagne Show.
Thank you.
All right, that's very good. And what's coming up next for Shelley Nelson? I'm sure she's got tricks up her sleeve, but first listen to the Mike Wagne Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com. It's powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagne Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagne Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagne Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, over 25 podcast platforms, including Amazon, Audible, Apple, coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, TuneIn, and more. Take the Mike Wagne Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagne Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagne Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with actress, model Sherry Nelson, who's been featured in the April issue of Maxim Magazine here on the Mike Wagne Show. She's also been on the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, Chance TV, and also co-hosting and producing Brian Sebastian's movie reviews. Also the Freaking Awesome podcast she's been on, which is freaking awesome, and writing for XS10 Magazine. And tell us more about that magazine. You just started becoming a writer.
Yeah, no, Michael Neely, he's the editor, and he, I reached out to him, and I had just actually interviewed Keith McCleary, and he's actually has his show as well. And he's got an amazing story of triumph over, difficult times. And so I reached out to Michael Neely, and I said, "There's a story. If ever I could write, would I be able to submit something to you?" And he goes, "Sure, go ahead. Let's see what you got." So I interviewed him. I wrote it. And Michael was really nice. And it's in the current XS10 magazine right now. So he's a great man. And I hope to be able to do more. Michael, he said that I could. And so it was just nice to do. You got to keep busy when you're kind of on house arrest. So, yeah, but XS10 magazine. It's a great magazine, very diverse. It's another great form of escapement. So I think it's xs10.com. So hopefully people can check it out if they like.
We certainly will. That's xs10.com magazine. And I'm going to go ahead and subscribe as well, too. And, of course, you're an aspiring actress and, looking to get some plum parts. And there's one thing I was going to ask you, since you got some future projects. And if you do, you can do so as well. What are some of your favorite movies growing up?
Oh, all-time favorite movie definitely is Tequila Sunrise. I've always loved Michelle Pfeiffer, Mel Gibson, Kurt Russell. And actually, Mike, I don't know if you've seen this. Have you seen the show about Kurt Russell's father? Is it The Bastards of Baseball? It's a true story about his father who took over the lower tier baseball in Portland, Oregon, and it's amazing. So, but anyway, so Kurt Russell's in my Tequila Sunrise, so that's my all-time favorite movie. I love that, and yeah.
Wow. I mean, being a baseball fan, I didn't know about that at all, so I have to check it out. And, of course, I have to say this, that I'm a Cub fan, and, we won ours in 2016, so congratulations to your Dodgers. They won after 32 years. I
saw that win.
Yes, that's right. And I'm looking forward to another baseball season coming up. That's if hopefully you'll get back to playing Dodger Stadium, Wrigley Field, or like say go to Coors Field or Yankee Stadium or anything like that. Or maybe they'll play baseball in Vancouver. Who knows?
Yeah. No, we've got a minor league, actually a lumber icon. He's in charge of the Vancouver team here. So, so yeah, there's good sports.
That is so amazing as well, too. And once again, we're with actress model Sherry Nelson from Maxim Magazine here, The Mike Wagne Show. You've been absolutely fantastic and just love your insight to what you do. And what can we expect from you in 2021 and beyond, Sherry?
Well, hopefully we'll all have the freedom to go as we did before 2020. So no, I'm hoping to stay with Brian at Brian Sebastian's Movie Reviews and More, do what I'm doing now. I enjoy it quite a bit. And I hope to, I've got a few photo shoots planned. I've got I'll be a spokesmodel for Light Up the Love campaign if I can cross the border. So everything's kind of in limbo right now, like everyone else. So yeah.
That is amazing. We're so looking forward to it, Sherry. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
My father always. He's the hardest worker. He's humble. He's just salt of the earth. They don't make him like that anymore. And him, Eileen Shapiro, and Jimmy Star, I just want to make them proud. I just want them to hope and pray that they're pleased with the gamble they took with me. So, yeah.
I think that's worked out beautiful, to be quite honest with you. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point, Sherry?
You know what? Try anything. Go. If you see something you're like, that looks fun, do it. Just do it. We're here for a very short amount of time. You don't have to tell everybody what you're doing. Just go out on a limb, try something different. You never know. You might like it. Like I said, I never, ever thought that I'd be in this entertainment field, and I feel like I've won the lottery, and you might too. So, and my second advice is follow Mr. Mike Wagne. He is a bright light every morning on your social media. So thank you for your posts. They're amazing. So, yeah.
And thank you as well, too. I mean, you're fantastic, and I'm glad to have you on, and look forward to having you back on soon. Once again, actress model Sherry Nelson from Maxim Magazine, along with being a co-host on Brian Sebastian's Movie Reviews and More on The Mike Wagne Show. Sherry, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic and well worth the wait. Make sure you keep us up to date. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? And where can people check out your works, check out your magazine, and check out your ventures?
Right. I'm social media, Twitter, Instagram. I'm XOXO Sherry XO. I'm traditional Sherry, Sherry, like the wine. And Facebook, I'm just Sherry Nelson. No website, nothing. I'm just plain.
That is fantastic. We're looking forward to it. Once again, Sherry, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on in 2021 and beyond. And don't forget to keep in touch and send some hockey pucks our way.
I will.
The Mike Wagne Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, Custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagne Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hi, this is Mia Mosinzia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based upon a real-life relationship, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon. Do read it. I'm sure you'll love it. It's www.miamosinzia.com and www.amazon.com/miamosinzia.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagne Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagne Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagneshow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagneshow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagne Show.